Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, the 26th of February, 2024. How are you? Alvin Jennings here, your spiritual guide, coming in with the channeled energies of the week from today, the 26th of February, until Sunday, the 3rd of March. I nearly said 3rd of February. Goodness me. We're starting to march on time-wise now, aren't we? So yes, hope you're all well. Hope you survived the energies of the full moon in Virgo, although they are still playing out a little bit. As I said in my full moon post, they sent me a little bit crazy last week. But it's all good. It was all about letting go, releasing, and yeah, just tuning into, what Virgo wants us to do, kind of thing, because Virgo is about getting organized and healing ourselves as well. And if you are a Virgo like me, you may well have felt it a little bit harder. But also, we have a whole astrological chart, so you've probably got Virgo somewhere. So it will have affected a few of us, I'm sure. Anyway, things hopefully starting to calm down again this week, a bit this week. But next week we're into March, and March is promising to be a bit more turbulent because I think we have 2 eclipses, and one at the end of March is particularly powerful. So good. So hold on to your hats. But let's get back to this week. Yeah, so this week is all about forging ahead. With your plans, whatever they are. If you weren't able to really get going last week for whatever reason, then this week is better for that, which is good. Don't forget, last week was also a period of reflection. So now it's time to move forward. Okay, if you can, if you want to. Also to mention, I'm hosting 3 evenings with Olwyn. I did this last year and they were really good, even though I said it myself, and popular. So there's only 11 spaces available for each evening. My first one is in March, and then there's one in April and one in May. The idea being that by the time if you do all 3, by the time we've finished, you'll be kind of ready for the summer solstice in June, but more than that, you'll be ready for the final kind of 6 months of 2024. And it fits in nicely, just comes after the spring equinox that we're starting. So it's all about that newness, what do you want to bring into your life or your business. So I only posted that yesterday. 1 person has signed up already, so thank you very much. Last time most people signed up for all 3 because the evenings do kind of build on each other, but you can also just sign up for 1 or 2 if you want to. There's a saving if you sign up for 3. So I'll post more details about that above this video as well, and you'll find it in the events section on my page too. So let's get on with what's happening this week, and yeah, let's do that. Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Right, so as Alwyn's already said, a bit of a shall we say a more grounded week this week. We know that Alwyn was really suffering last week with everything that was going on energetically. Well, not really suffering, but having to ride the waves, if you like, of emotion, and sometimes didn't feel that grounded and as if things were a bit out of place and out of time. This week is more solid. So what we mean by that, it's got much more of a grounded energy about it. So hopefully if you're affected in similar ways, to whirlwind, then hopefully you'll start to notice a shift this week. So yes, heading into March, of course, March is going to be slightly different energetically, but heading into March, heading into the spring, you will start to feel now like you want to get moving if you haven't already, in terms of your businesses or in terms of, whatever changes you want to bring into your personal life or whatever it is you wish to do. So this week is a good week for moving forward, for taking that action, for feeling. You may have had projects this year that you've been stopping and starting, especially if they're pretty close to your heart and they're taking a bit of sort of creativity. And that's a lot to do with, as we say, things being a little bit higgledy-piggledy energetically. But this week we feel like you'll be able to forge ahead a bit more, or a lot more in some cases. We also feel that this is, last week, as we said, it was quite a reflective week. This week, it's kind of brushing yourself down from that, taking forward what you want to take forward. Again, you might still be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, which way to go, either in your work, your business, your personal life. So it's about, realizing that consistent action, although it might be boring, as Alwyn says, is also effective. So you might not feel like you're getting, it's not that you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. You might feel like the progress is slow, but it's okay because consistent action will pay off. And it's good to try and find some joy in those actions. If you think about it as getting you closer to your end goal or where you wish to be, then maybe that's better. It's not a good week to cut corners on anything. So if you're really wanting to rush something because you feel it's not going quick enough, please try not to. Cutting corners will not work. So it's better just to take these consistent steps. You will still get there. Okay. And if you're really sort of, some of you in relationships are as well getting a bit muddled, not sure what you want, not sure maybe if a relationship is going in the right direction, or you're not sure how you're feeling about something or someone. Again, try not to be hasty or rush anything. Just use, be authentic, be yourself. Just show up as you this week, right? Just show up as you and what you want and what you desire. And if you're still facing like your head is still a little bit all over the place, you're not really sure logically which way to go, then it's an ideal time to step into your intuition and your own discernment. What feels right? Really tuning into your heart space. What feels right for you? Because your logic is very good at telling you stories, or telling you stories about why you are doing something that perhaps doesn't quite feel right, or why you're in a relationship that doesn't perhaps feel right. But actually your heart might be telling you a different story. Which one do you listen to? We obviously would say your heart and your intuition are the ones that are showing you the way. So will you be brave enough to take bold action if you need to? It's that sort of thing, or even just making that decision. Okay, but as we said, you don't need to rush. Okay, just go with it, tune in, still be taking those consistent action steps. And as we said, if you find taking consistent action a bit much, it's a bit dull, those jobs that you don't want to do, just try to reframe that as necessary steps to get to where you want to be. And don't forget, this week is more grounded. So if you take those steps, you're actually building something good. Sometimes when you rush something, you don't have the foundations in place, if that makes sense. So for some of you on a spiritual journey, if you're just starting off, it's really tempting, isn't it, to really go fast and really, connect in with the highest level that you can connect in with. But actually, if your lower chakras, for example, if you're not grounded in your tuning in, in your connection, then it doesn't always work. Not really sure why we have made that as an example, but it feels important to mention it to some of you. All right, so just take it one day at a time, but do something each day that you feel like you've achieved something, and don't overthink. All right, go with your flow, go with your authenticity. Okay, you've done a lot of work already energetically, a lot of you are heading in the right direction, so now it's about trusting. Okay, so we wish you a good week, a good productive week. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I think last week, I don't know if it was in the channeling I did or in the full moon post, it was about aligning your head and your heart. So maybe that's what they mean as well, so that you're not relying on one more than the other, although obviously it's better to go with your intuition actually. So there we go. A bit more of a grounded week. Feels like a week where we can achieve a little bit more if we didn't last week. Or maybe we feel we didn't achieve something last week, but we actually did. We just don't realize. So just keep going. You're doing great. And if you're stuck, if you need some clarity or guidance, you know where my guides and I are. We do lots of different sessions where we can help you. It might even just be the Spirit Guide hotline, or it might be a more in-depth session with me and my guides. But just know that we're here for you. All right. So take care, everyone, and have a look at my events, my 3 evenings as well. See if that calls you. And I will be back next week. Bye for now.